Well, in closing with Haiti, I want us to carefully pray about the finances that are going through. Pray about the people that are going to go, the travel, the helping of orphans, the helping of the elderly, and I hope and pray that God will just continue to bring the hands and feet to Haiti. The people will hear the call, and God will take care of all their needs. We are actually going to cover an article that we wrote this week covering about porn, and it's actually from a male and female perspective. And this just doesn't just go with porn. This goes with just about almost any sexual, well, not just sex. I'm going to be generalized as possible. It goes with just about any sin, at least the comments that I wrote. I don't know if Miranda's going to read any of it to us, or I'm going to read it myself. But
it was a study that was done on why pornography is bad. And it really, to just sum it all up quickly, it just really says that porn destroys families, destroys lives, and destroys marriages. And it promotes distrust between husbands and wives, and debases untold thousands of young women. It's a really long article, but it really just talks about how porn and anything pornography is bad for children, anybody. It desensitizes you and from a lot of things, and it says men who habitually look at pornography have a higher tolerance for abnormal sexual behaviors, sexual aggression, promiscuity, and even rape. Moreover, men begin to view women and even children as sex objects. That's just part of the study, what they found. And it doesn't talk too much about women. It talks about, you know, the effects on men, but it has the same effects on women and children, because you see children raping elderly women and and grown-ups now. You see teenagers raping, you know, their elders and people in the community. You see women having sex with their students, for example. So it really shows how society pushes sex to us all the time and how the effects are bad. I'll let Jeremy read his response, and you can read mine whenever. But it's just a really long article.
Yeah, it's the latest article that we wrote, so you guys can actually go to the Eternal Flame News. We'll actually post the link on the videos. I am going to try and read this because you guys know I'm blind. So there we go. Sorry about the noise with the mic. I'm going to paraphrase what I wrote because there's a few paragraphs here, but it should cover just enough. I know personally what it's like to be dealing with looking at porn. About 15 years ago, you would just have to just completely not be on the internet, probably not drive by yourself. There was a lot of things that you just couldn't do. I mean, the only way you could honestly get away from sexual temptation was to literally do what Joseph did. And what it talks about in the New Testament is you had to cut it off. You had to not cut your hand or cut your eye out, as the Bible talks about in the New Testament, but you would have to get rid of the internet. You would not drive alone at night or on a certain road. You would have accountability partners. Some of those things are still the same today, but now you can have your internet with the safety guard of knowing about internet software. And when we interview April, we'll actually talk about internet software, and I'll have her suggest what is the best software to get. And that's kind of part of it. I do want to cover the Wikipedia definition of what's considered an addiction. It says, let's see, where's it at? In medicine, an addiction is a chronic neurobiological disorder that has a genetic, psychosocial, and environmental dimensions and is characterized by one of the following: the continued use of a substance despite its detrimental effects. Now, from a Christian point of view, looking through the eyes of Jesus Christ, you cannot say that there's such thing as an addiction. Now, I know a lot of people out there are like, what are you talking about? Well, if sin is common to man, and we all sin, then technically we are addicted to sin. Sin is a word used to describe sin, because every addiction is actually a sin. The root of addiction is a sin. You know, using too much of something, or you know, drugs, alcohol, or just drugs and alcohol in general, pornography. You know, all these things fall under sin. But from a secular point of view, we want to say that, well, an addiction means that you're always going to be this way. You just need treatment. You need a class. You need medication. You need counseling. And you'll just learn to deal with this. Well, if that's true, then we wouldn't need Jesus Christ. And we could change ourselves from the inside out. And we can stop sinning and be perfect and blameless in our own power. Well, that's not true. Jesus Christ died so we can have life, and have life more abundantly. Jesus Christ is stronger than any sin in the whole world. Whether it's porn, whether it's sex, murder, rape, you name it, God is stronger than anything in the whole world. And these sins are common to man. This isn't something new. This isn't something that just came out 20 years ago. God gives us the ability to have a relationship with Him through His Son, Jesus Christ. And through this relationship, if we confess to God our transgressions and ask for forgiveness and allow Jesus to be the Lord of our lives and come and live in our hearts, that shouldn't change. But for porn or other sins to continue to be a struggle, I don't think that should happen anymore. There's, you know, we put God in a box, or we put ourselves in a box, that we can't do this and do that. We need to let Jesus be the center of our daily lives and quit being so ashamed that we can't even pray to God. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Hello? Hey, what's up? Yep, just real quick. I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to have you come on after the song. Yep, so what's going on? How's your day? That's great. That's good.